Good morning to all of you all. Let us start with today's session. The question says a composite material or a composite member consists of a steel rod of 250 diameter and an outer brass tube. See here, it is given as a tube, that means it is a hollow, 280 external diameter and 15 thick. Okay, the thickness is given. If length of both the rods is 200 and the section carries an axial compressive load of 600 kilonewton, it's given that it is a axial compressive load. Find the amount by which the section shortens. That means we are required to find out delta L. How much amount it shortens. Also find the new length of the section. So after it is shortened, so initial length is given to us as 200 So after it is shortened, what is the new length? That is also required to be found out. And we are given the data that take E of S is 200 GPa, E of brass is 100 GPa. Find the stresses and the load carrying capacity of steel and brass. So find the stresses means we need to find out sigma B and sigma S. And the thing is, yes, load carrying capacity of steel and brass, that means load on steel PS and PB. So these are the things required. Let me write here what are the things required. So first thing required is find the amount by which the section shortens. So I need to find out delta L. What is the change in length after the application of load? This is my first requirement. Then second requirement is find the new length of the section. So I will do L minus delta L. This will be the new length. And why I am using delta L? Because it is saying in the question that the section is compressing. And it is also evident from the figure. If you see the load is trying to compress the object. And when it is compressed, the length will guaranteed decrease. So this thing is required to find out in the second part. Third part is required, find the stresses. Stresses means I need sigma B and sigma S in both the materials. And last one asked is load carrying capacity. So the fourth one is the load carrying capacity, that means PB and PS. So next is this kind of problems are better solved when we also make the side view. So this is already given, this front view is already given. I will also make a side view. So in side view it is given that a composite material, by reading the question, a composite material consists of a steel rod 250 diameter. So I will make this as my steel rod and let us say the diameter of this is 250 This is the steel rod which I will be now hatching. Okay. Of a steel rod 250 diameter and an outer brass tube. Outer brass tube will be 280 So there is an outer brass tube. So let us say this is a brass tube. So this diameter is 280 outer diameter. And it is given that this aluminum has external diameter of 280, which we have already made, and it is 15 thick. So what can you tell about the internal diameter? And they are giving that the thickness of this tube, so thickness is measured only on one side. This thickness is given as 15 So let me make a circle here with this thickness. Okay, so this is a circle. So if this thickness is 15, okay, this thickness is given 15. So here also the thickness will be 15 because it is a uniform circle. So this 15 and this 15 will go off. So the internal diameter which remain will be 280 minus 30. Students make mistake here, only they write 280 minus 15. But whenever thickness is given, thickness should be minus from both the sides as explained in this figure. So what I will get? I will get the internal diameter of the brass tube as 280 minus 2 times 15, which will be equal to 280 minus 30, which will give you 250 So now we can see that this problem is of composite nature because two materials are there. So because it are two material, we are telling that this is a composite material, and for composite material we have two relations. So let me write here. First relation which I will be using is load sharing relation. I already told you, whenever I will see composite material, I will follow the same procedure. So it will be load sharing relation, first one. And the second one will be what? Can you tell? What will be second one?
Deformation.
Deformation, yes. So it will be deformation. Okay. Now let us start with this one, load sharing equation. Now for load sharing, from the figure, can you tell me that this load applied 600 is applied to entire section or only this one part? So normally this load, this is a total load actually. This total load will be shared by both the materials. So I can write here the total load P which is acting will be equal to PS plus PB. Okay, some load out of this 600, some load will be taken by steel, some load will be taken by brass tube. The load is given as 600 kilonewton. So because it is in kilonewton, I need to convert it into newtons. So I will write 600 into 10 raised to 3. Okay. Now regarding PS and PB. Now regarding PS and PB, what I can do is, let us say from our basic relations. From our basic relation we have sigma is equal to force upon area. Don't forget this relation. This is a basic relation. Stress is equal to force upon area. So if I want force from this, I can write P is equal to sigma multiplied by A. Just cross multiply it and I will get P is equal to sigma A. So in place of PS, I can write sigma S into AS, plus in place of PB, I can write sigma B into AB. Now let us move forward. So this 600 into 10 raised to 3 will be as it is equal to sigma S. Do we have the value of sigma S in the question with us? Question में दिया नहीं है. So it will be sigma S only. We are required to find out this. What can you tell about area of steel?
Pi by 4 d square.
D square. And what is D given for steel?
250.
250 mm diameter.
Yes. So it is 250 plus, okay, pi by 4 D square. So this will be 250 square plus sigma B we are required to find out. So I will write it as it is multiplied by area of brass tube. So this is the brass tube. Okay, this is the brass tube, the outer one, but it is a hollow tube. So it is a hollow tube of diameter, outer diameter 280 and inner diameter 250. So now what will be area? Area will be pi by 4. Pi by 4 outer diameter, that is 280 square, minus inner diameter square, 250 square. So this will be the area for area of brass tube, that is the hollow tube. So now what I will get after simplifying, 600 multiplied by 10 raised to 3 is equal to, so I will get some number here times sigma S, plus I will get some number here times sigma B. And what is that two numbers?
49062.5.
Okay, 49062.5 is the answer for this particular part. Now similarly, find this part, this calculation, and tell me what will come with sigma B.
12487.83.
Now we have got one equation. We have got one equation that 600 into 10 raised to 3 is equal to sometimes sigma S plus sometimes sigma B. Now in this particular equation, this is the unknown. This sigma S is unknown. This sigma B is also unknown. So we have only one equation till now, and we have two unknowns. So we cannot solve it. And as I cannot solve it further, I have just named it as equation number 1. I have left it for further use. यहाँ से आंसर नहीं मिल सकता है, इसलिए मैंने क्या किया, उसको वहां पर ही बना के इक्वेशन बना के छोड़ दिया. Now let us go to the second part, that is the deformation equation. Now when I will compress it, okay, when I will compress this entire assembly, or if I apply load on this, both will be deflected by same amount. This also we have discussed yesterday in yesterday's class. So what can I write here? As we now again discussed that it will be same, so I can write down here delta L for brass will be equal to delta L for steel, because it is a composite material. They are rigidly attached to each other. Hence, the deflection in the first material will be equal to the deflection in the second material. Okay. Now, delta L of B is equal to delta of L of S. Now, what can you tell about delta L of B? I have told you to remember this formula. What is delta L formula? Basic formula. What is delta L?
Into L upon AE.
Perfect. Perfect answer. P into L divided by AE. So I will write here P into L divided by AE of brass should be equal to PL by AE of steel. Now, in the question, it is given that both the section, okay, here it is given, where it is, yes. If length of both the rods is 200 mm, the length of both the rods are 200 mm. So if the length is 200 mm and of it is equal to both, so I can cancel this length on both sides, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So now what I remain with, P by A into A is equal to P by A of E of steel. Now one more shortcut I have given you to reduce the calculation. What I have told you, that this P by A can be written as what?
Sigma.
Sigma. So I will write sigma of B divided by E of B is equal to sigma of S divided by E of S. Now the equation has been reduced. I have reduced this P by A to sigma S. Now let us see what are the things given and what are the things which are required to be found out. Sigma B, it is not given in the question, we have to find out. So I will write it sigma B only, divided by E of B, that is Young's modulus for brass. Is it given in the question?
Yes.
Yes. If yes, how much?
100 gigapascal.
100 gigapascal. It is the, take the unit seriously. 100 gigapascal. So what I should write here? 100 into
10 raised to 3.
10 raised to 3, because converting gigapascal into pascals, or sorry, gigapascal into Newton per mm square, is equal to sigma S. We don't have, so I will write sigma S only, divided by E of S. Young's modulus for steel also is given to us as 200 GPa. So what I will get? 200 multiplied by 10 raised to 3. So if I just do the basic calculations, 100 into 1 and 100 into 2, so I will get what? Just first multiply, I will get sigma S is equal to, and this 10 raised to 3 will get cancelled. So I will get sigma S is equal to 2 times sigma B. So I got this one more relation. Sigma S is equal to 2 times sigma B. Let this be equation number 2. So now here in equation 1 we have two unknowns, sigma S and sigma B. In equation 2 also we have two unknowns, sigma S and sigma B. So now we have two unknowns and two equations. Just substitute this value. Just substitute this value of sigma S in this equation. Multiplied by 10 raised to 3 is equal to 49062.5. In place of sigma S, now I will write 2 times sigma B plus 12487.83 sigma B. Now you can observe that in this entire equation, the only unknown is sigma B. So calculate and tell me the answer for sigma B.
5.424.
5.424. Yes, that's the correct answer. That's the correct answer which I also have. Sigma B is equal to 5.421. So once we got sigma B, now we can just substitute in this equation or any one of the equation of the two, and I can get the value of sigma S. So we have the relation sigma S is twice of sigma B. So if sigma B is 5.42, the answer for sigma X will be, it's very simple, 10.842. It's just the double of sigma B. So these are the two answers. Sigma S and sigma B is equal to 5.421 and 10.842 respectively. So with this, what we have completed this part. What are the stresses in the bar? Then the next thing required was find the load carrying capacity of the steel. Now it is again simple. Once we got the stress, we can find out all the values. Now it is required to find out what is the load. So we have the formula. Load is equal to, let us say, load of steel is equal to sigma of steel multiplied by area of steel, 10.842 multiplied by, what should I write for area of S? Just refer on the left hand side. We have already calculated, so don't waste time in calculating again in exam also. In the left hand side, we have already calculated this part. What is the value of AS? Just observe this.
Pi by 4 is 9.
Yes, this answer pi by 4 d square we have already calculated here. This is the answer, 49062.5. So I will just multiply it here, 49062.5. So in exam also, don't write again area of S is pi by 4 d square and calculate and waste the time. We have already calculated and kept the answer there. So just multiply and give me the answer for PS. What will be answer for PS?
531.93 into 10 raised to 3.
Let us say I am using 5318.7 and it should be, I think, multiplied by 10 raised to 3. ये आपका answer आया होगा. This is in newtons. So this what I can write in terms of kilonewton. If I want to write, I can write is equal to 5318.7 kilonewton. Because in the question the load which was given was in kilonewton, so I am just converting the answer into kilonewton as my final answer. अगर नहीं किया तो भी कोई problem नहीं है. You can leave your answer in Newton also. Now, as we got the answer for load of steel, similarly I can find out the answer for load for brass. So for that I will write the formula. PB is equal to, that is load on brass is equal to sigma of brass multiplied by area of, sigma of B we have already found out, 5.421, and area of B also we have found out in the step number 1. So it is 12487.83. It is with the sigma b coefficient. So just multiply and tell me the answer. What will be the answer for this? So here it will be 6769.5 kilonewton. So this is the answer for PB, that is the load carrying capacity of steel and brass both. So we have calculated PS, we have calculated PB. So delta L का formula is PS LS by ASES. This is the basic formula. Change in length is equal to PL by A. Then this P by A can be written as sigma. So I will write down delta L of S is equal to sigma S into LS divided by ES. Now sigma S is already known to us. Can you tell me the value? What is sigma S? 10 point, I think something, 10.84, correct?
10.84.
Yes, it was, I think, 10.84. 10.84 is sigma S multiplied by length of steel. So here it is given. If length of both the rods is 200 mm. So length will be 200 divided by, what is Young's modulus for steel given?
100.
200 GPa. So it will be 200 multiplied by 10 raised to 3. So every value I have substituted, just calculate and tell me the answer. What is the change in length?
0.018.
So delta L is 0.0108. So this is the change in length. So we have completed one more answer. This is, let us say, fifth answer. Now what is the sixth one required? यहाँ पर देखो क्वेश्चन में क्या बोला है? Find the amount by which the section shortens. So which we have found out. Delta L. This is the amount by which the section shortens. And also we need to find new length of the section. So what will be new length? What can I write here? We have already discussed this. New length is equal to what? New length will be original length minus the deflection, because it is compression, it will be reduced. So पहले length थी 200 minus deflection हुआ इतना 0.0108. So what will be the new length of the member now? Just subtract and give me the answer.
199.98.
199 point. Can you repeat please? 199.98.
98.
Okay. So this is the new length of the member after application of load.